Hello everyone, it's Maureen from Massachusetts. How's everybody doing this evening? I'm talking just a tad softer because I'm in my dining room and my husband's upstairs sleeping. Not that he could really hear me, but I'm just trying to be polite. So turn your volume up a little bit, folks. I wanted to do a video from my dining room, as this room's done over beautifully, so why not, right? I do have to watch the lighting. I tried a video last night and I just didn't like it. I didn't like the lighting. So I'm still learning, so just hang with me, folks. We'll get it. So I want to talk to you about a couple of things. Now, in my other clip, I mentioned the winter sowing method, winter sowing of seeds. Well, I've been I started on the 29th, and I have I just put about 7 or 8 more out today. I got about 15 or 16 buckets out in the snow right now. Mostly tomatoes, some peppers, some dill, some borage, pepperoncini peppers, beans, lima beans. I don't know if these things will take, but I'm going to try it anyway. Some different tomatoes that I've never grown before that were recommended by another YouTuber. So I'm giving that a whirl. But I'm eager to just keep going. I've got lots more to do, but so much fun. Now's the fun part, because you just wait and you wait and you look and see for any little slight change or progress over the next couple of months, you know. It's fun. And so, like I said, Cheryl Mann, M-A-N-N, she's a YouTuber. She's the overseer and the representative of that group on Facebook. It's free, nice group, and you know, if you follow along with the rules and that, you'll learn a lot. I've learned so much, and so what I wanted to show you was this is what you primarily want to be using, you know, juice containers, orange juice containers, this kind of thing, soda bottles, and you want to look mostly for the clear ones. You can go a little with slight color, like the green soda bottles do work, this plastic. And I noticed those big Arizona tea, maybe slightly off-white, they will work. As long as they're somewhat transparent, you can, you know, see through them a little bit. That's what you want, because you want that photosynthesis kind of process to take place. So you'll learn more if you go to that other side. And I'm not here to say, you know, I'm an expert at this. I'm not. I'm a newbie, just like many of you would be. But I'm just having fun, and I'm doing my videos to express the things that I'm having fun in the creative process. That's what I'm doing. So what I also wanted to tell you was, so what you do is, what I do is I take an old wood burning tool, and I do it in the back room where there's a fan up above, because you want ventilation, because this smells when it's burning, and it burns fast, and it does give off some odors, vapors, odors. So as you'll notice, I've already done this. So I did the one in the bottom, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, this has got a few more holes, and I generally do about 5 holes. So I did this one evidently where every bump was. Okay. So then you take it and you go about halfway up the bottom, 2/3 halfway up, and you make a big hole inside, big enough so that you can then get your pair of scissors in there, and then you just cut all the way around, leaving a seam. You want to leave a seam because that's, you know, what you're going to need, and then you're going to use put your nice potting soil in there, and she'll tell you the kinds that she recommends for the better growth quality soil potting mix. And then you put your seeds in. Make sure you put a marker inside on wood or whatever you use. You want to make sure that you're using and labeling with a paint pen. These work best. Now, Sharpie permanent pens, they work, but they don't necessarily aren't the best, because with moisture they do smudge, and then you're going to lose sight of what's in there growing if that does get all smudged. And even on here, they don't battle the elements as well as these paint pens do. And as you can see, I had this labeled Bachelor Buttons last year, and I can still read it. It has not worn off, and that's because I use this pen. Yeah. So anyway, just a good little thing. It's fun if you're looking for something to help you through the winter blahs, and you like learning new things and challenging yourself. Think about winter sowing if you like to try to grow things, and you know, this is a good option. So something I'm having fun with, if anything. So there's that. I wanted to tell you about that. I got my water. Got water tonight with lemon. I'm trying to drink a lot more water. I'm trying to watch what I eat and stay hydrated. So my daughter had gifted me this for Christmas, and I love it. So anyway. So now let's talk for a moment about thrifting. Of course, I hit the thrift stores again this week. I go about once a week. But again, I'm not picking up, you know, a heavy, expensive haul of stuff. I'm getting a haul of stuff, but I'm not necessarily spending a lot of money, and that's the fun part. Now, I had to go to Brattleboro, so I hit the store up there that I like, Brattleboro, Vermont. And they have a good one, and they have a section in that store that allows the customer to go into that one section, and you can fill a grocery bag for $1. That's much. And boy, I go to town filling it. Now, this section is supposedly the less desirable stuff, I guess. But I find some of the best stuff in that section. For instance, I'll show you. This pretty pot. Vase. I just washed it up, so it's nice. Isn't that pretty, folks? It really is tall. Be nice with some irises or gladiolas or white tulips or roses. Yellow daffodils would be pretty in here. Any one of those things. Anything you decide to put in it. Now, it does have some damage right here. Okay. So, like I told you too, we sell out of our barn. So, in the spring, we'll open our doors and we'll have all our shelves done up, just like going into an antique junk shop somewhere. We do it up nice. And this I'll put in there for a couple dollars, because, like I said, I filled a bag for $1. So, I got this plus many more things in one bag. So to me, it was like getting it for nothing, right? And if nobody buys it and it sits there, I'll take it off the shelf and I'll keep it, because I will use it. Now, my nose is running and I do apologize. I have a terrible sinus issue. If I sound nasally, it's because I am. Now, this terracotta, first I thought it was for garlic, but I don't believe it is. No, I think it's for a candle, or maybe those bug candles or something. I don't know, but it's got the nice, not chipped or cracked or dinged. It's got the nice cover. I did wash it. It's scorched because it's, you know, been used. It's used. but it's nice condition, you know? And I'll put a couple dollars on this all day long. Again, in my dollar bag. Look at this big thing. In the dollar bag. Yeah. Washed it up. That is a nice pot for something. And if you don't really like this apple decor, turn it around on your counter and fill it with a couple of rolling pins or some big wooden spoon things or some fake flowers or some whatever you like. And I also thought of something else. You could also put it this way, right? And you could take some checkered fabric, farmhouse fabric, with something with words on it even, and you could, you know, put it right on there. And that would be a nice decor. So you can change these up. And there is a girl on YouTube that actually knows how to do that over with paint and clay. That's a lot of work though. And then, you know, she'll have to charge more for it. And they're beautiful, don't get me wrong, but it is work. But you could do that if you're into that. I love it. That's going out for, oh, I don't know, I could put $6 on that and probably get it all day long. There's no cracks, no dings. It's lovely. Good size and trendy. Now, this, again, in the dollar bag section, and it's the cutest little thing. I cleaned it up, all nice and clean. The cover comes off. Cute little cover. And it's, you know, for your instant coffee. Or whatever you want in there, really. Okay. This will look cute on a coffee bar, coffee station, just for a little decor. I'll put $3 on it. I got it in the dollar bag section. I'm just loving it. Okay, here's something else. This I gotta wash this, but it's not bad. Everybody wants a honey pot, right? With cute little spoon. I love them. Honey pot. Got the cover. There's no cracks. There is one slight little nick right there. Barely see it. Right there. What do I care? If somebody wants it bad enough just for decor, they'll buy it. Yeah, it's beautiful. And I can see that with a pretty spoon. Again, near your coffee bar, coffee station. This is trendy, this is nice. Again, in my dollar bag section. So then I did go, okay. This was at a different store on a different day, but I just cleaned it up and I thought I'm going to talk to you a little bit about this. Look at this, folks. Beautiful tile. It's got some weight to it. Seen with wolves. Now, it's signed too. Okay, then on the back it says, Larry Fanning, F-A-N-N-I-N-G. A Shift in the Wind is what this is called. Oil, 40 inches by 4. So the original was on oil. So this is Larry Fanning travels throughout the American West using a camera and a sketch pad to preserve ideas which he later completes in his studio. Given the accuracy of his color management and his use of beautiful mood-provoking tones, it is surprising to learn that Larry is colorblind. Wow. A self-taught artist, he began as an illustrator in 1958 In 1962, he took a break from painting to pursue an interest in spiritual philosophies and ecological endeavors. As a result of his awareness, his paintings reflect a sensitivity to the beauty and significance of all living things and an appreciation for the splendor of life. Wow, this says leaning tree. Caution, do not use it as a hot plate. You don't want to use it as a hot plate. This is art, folks. This is artsy. This is nice. And I looked it up on eBay, and one similar was like in the $40 range. This was $3.99, but the color was on sale that day for half price. I spent $2. And I'm going to put it out in the barn, and I'm going to put about maybe $25 on it all day long, and I'll get my money back, and I made a few dollars. I love this stuff. Somebody wants this. Somebody's looking for it. And we do. We get people from Connecticut, New York, you know, all this side of Maine, Rhode Island. Yeah, in the fall, summer and fall. We met a lot of nice people out of our barn. We really have. Okay. This is just, was 49 cents, and it was dirty and brown and scratched a little bit. My husband took it downstairs and painted it up for me. And I'm going to put some pretty, like, lavender wands. And I'm going to put a couple, $3 on it. And I made a couple of dollars. Yeah. Now this, everybody's going to have one of these, right? Don't you just want this sporting over your headboard in your bedroom? Oh my. But it caught my eye because it's so different, right? And unique. And we put things like that out there and they sell. So it made me first think of like New Orleans, the Mardi Gras. Yeah, but in looking on the back, it's signed in there. And it says R.E.P. period, capital S period, capital M, capital A, capital R, capital I, capital N-O, Marino, Republic San Marino. And when I looked it all up, this is Italian pottery. Somebody collects this, somebody wants this. I got this for $4. And I took a gamble. It's a gamble, just like buying a scratch ticket, a lottery ticket, right? You're taking a gamble. But I'm sure, you know, I'll put it out there in the barn for, I don't know, I'll think about it. 15? Start at 15. If nobody buys it at 15, I'll mark it down to 12 and see where, if it sits there too long, you know, keep lowering that price till it does sell. But somebody's going to be intrigued with it, like I was. I don't want it certainly for my house, but it could go in somebody's studio somewhere, or somebody's art room, or somebody who collects this and who's into this kind of, you know, real in-your-face kind of stuff. There you have it. I thought that was cool. So there's that. Now, another little thing. Whoop. Another little thing in the dollar bag. What's this? Heavy. Small, but heavy. And it does say something about royal something. Royal limited crystal. And it's something, there's numbers, lead. It's lead crystal. Now, I think it had like a little watch face, like a little clock, perhaps. But, you know, it would make a good paperweight on a desk. Or just even in the window, if you like glass in your window. And this is a nice piece. So it'll go out in the barn for a couple dollars. Like I said, I didn't pay hardly anything to get it. So there's that. Now these things were also, these are nothing, and I've got to wash this one. But this is the stuff I look for my jewelry. Making earrings. These aren't mine. But I made some pretty earrings, and I've got some of my jewelry here. I will show you. But I like the pattern. See that? That'd be pretty broken, and you know, I could take a section, you know, and do something really pretty. Earrings would be pretty with this, yeah. And just one little cup, and that was in that section, and I thought, I'm gonna grab that. So that's what I did. So that's gonna make jewelry. And then this little thing, just a Rubbermaid or something, but I need it for my soil. So I picked it up. It was in the, you can find a lot of little kitchen doodads in that section. A lot. I've picked up a lot of good spoons and different things. You gotta look them over, but I mean, overall, I've gotten some decent stuff. So I had to have that. All right, now. This was from the same day that I picked up this tile. This. And it was silvery pewter color at first, just metal, all metal. But look how ornate that is. With the hummingbirds. Can you see them? Just gorgeous. So I told my husband again, Eddie, take this down cellar and paint it white. And he did. And I just love it. Now, it's got the three, you could put pots in there, little glass or terracotta pots or any kind of pot with little plants, succulents would look so cute on a mantle or anywhere you decide to put it. But I also got thinking, if you were doing a breakfast or a brunch and you're making pancakes or something, what a cute little thing to put on the table with different syrup, blueberries, maple, and peach or raspberry syrup or jams. Adorable. Yeah, I love it. And it's heavy. This is a nice piece. This is not to be just blown away. This is a very nice piece. And I only spent $2 on it. It was $4, but half price. It's $2. And I was thrilled all day long. Now, I'll put $10 on this. And I believe it'll sell. Without a doubt. Because it's a nice piece. This is a quality piece. Now, a couple other things here. Oh, yeah. This, I goofed. And I did spend some money, and I didn't realize it. Trendy, right? Farm style, right? Gotta have it, right? That's why I picked it up. Then, when I saw, it's got the original tag on it. Container, Ashland. Somewhere. Yeah. Spring collection, Ashland. US, $24.99. I thought that the price at the thrift store said $4. I scoffed it up, put it in the basket. But the one was in front of the 4, but there's a red line right nearby. And I didn't look at it enough to realize it said $14. I would never have spent that. Not knowing that I'm gonna resell and thrift it. But those things happen, right? Well, Then I got thinking, okay, gotta bite the dust on that one. Now, I could have gotten it for half price too. I thought my bill was a little high, but I didn't question. Okay. So either 7 or the 14. Either or, I've got to eat that one, right? But I don't have one of those Cricut things. And I don't really even know how they work, other than I know you can make words. But somebody else could buy it and want to do that. Or I do paint. I have stencils. I could put like a farmhouse decor on there, a cow or something, milk. I don't know. I'll think about it. But in the meantime, this is nice. Really nice. New. And it will sell. Whatever we do with it, it will sell. So we'll get our money back. I don't know quite yet what I'll put on it because I'm not quite sure if I'm going to dress it up or not. But I know that to get my money back and make a couple dollars, I've got to put at least like 15 on it. And I think it's worth it, all that. And I won't make much on it, but this is the kind of stuff you want on your shelves to draw people in. I went right to it immediately, so if I know, and I'm watching the stuff that's trending, this will sell. So this will get me to where I want to go with the other stuff on my shelves, if I'm making any sense. So that's that. Now, I gotta get up for a second. Whoop. This one is $4, was $4. And this is old. This is cool. And again, it's trending. It had some sticky stuff on it, and I washed it off. But this is nice. I like stuff like this. Now, I didn't bother taking this label off because I like it. I want to keep it on there. Priscilla Ware. At least that might be an older label. I'm not familiar with it, but somebody else would be. Nice. Yeah. Yeah. So, this will go out to the barn. I'm not going to do anything. You could paint it. It'd be cool, but I'm not going to. I like it like this, actually. And this would be cool anywhere you put it in your farmhouse decor. Really, really cool. So, $4, I'm gonna put, 9 or 10 on it. Make my money back, plus a few dollars. Yeah. And if it doesn't sell, you just keep marking it down until it does sell. Okay, now in that dollar section, I did grab a couple of picture frames because they have all that stuff. A lot of it. And this isn't the most wonderful looking thing, although that is glass, I believe. But I did pick it up because I think I might even paint that up white or leave it as is. But I have some prints, watercolor prints, and I want to, have them made up, printed up at the print shop and start selling some of my watercolor prints. And I need frames, so this will be good for that. Now, in that same theme of picture frames, I did pick up this heavy piece, and my husband just painted it for me today. And I'm going to make a nice farmhouse sign out of it. Yeah, it's got the holder on the back, you know? Yeah. And it's wood. And it has some kind of a waterfall, funny pasted on picture or something. So it's just painted over, but it came out good. And I'm going to, you know, shop local or coffee bar or something. I'm going to do something with it. In that, you know, something that's trending and will sell. I'm excited about this one. I'll do that. Yeah, so there's that. Then, there's nothing else in this. This needs a good washing. This whole plastic bowl in the $1-a-bag section. It's not the most attractive thing, and no, I'm not using it for food. Cement. I'm gonna put cement in it, and I'm going to make a bird bath. I'm gonna mix up some cement, put it in there, put another bowl or something inside it with plastic, right? Let it all dry, remove everything, then I've got a nice deep scalloped edge bowl, deep enough for a nice bird bath, or even bird seed, or whatever you want to put in there, and I'll put it on a pedestal, and I'll put it out in my yard, and I will love it. You could even edge the edges with some pretty sea glass, or, you know, mosaic, whatever I want to do. That's going to be nice. So that's why I picked this up in the $1-a-bag section. That's how my mind thinks. So, did I not have fun? I sure did. That's what it's all about, right, folks? So, I also, in my clips, I've told you, I make jewelry. I make jewelry out of the broken dishes, breaking them up and then shaping them on my grinder or with my Dremel. And you break them with your nippers, and I got all new tools for Christmas for my kids, and so happy about that, and I'm just having fun. And so I make pretty things. I solder them, I copper foil, flux, and then solder with lead-free silver solder. And I make earrings and pendants and different bracelets, and just really having fun. And my shop is done pretty well. I've gotten many 5-star reviews in the last couple years that I've been open. And I've made custom orders. I would love to make a custom order for you. And how it works is that, say you've got some dishes and you really, they're china, they're vintage, they're old, or they're grandma's, or they have some sentimental value to them, and you're not quite sure what to do. They're hanging around. You really don't want to toss them out. One might have been cracked or chipped or something. Think about hooking me up either here on YouTube under Crafty Sky, Marine Sky, or on Etsy under Bling Sky Mosaics. And how I do it is that if you're interested in a custom order, you send a couple of the pieces to me, you pay the shipping. I get them. I stay in good communication every couple of days. I'm sending you pictures. I get started working right away. You let me know what you want for shape, design, size, etc. And I go to town, and with a good time frame, I've got your order done. It's either, you know, if it's a necklace, it's on a pretty chain, it's soldered, it's got jump rings, whatever. And then when I'm all done, I do my last reveal picture of them, and you agree, you like them. And then once that's all happening, I do the custom order listing so that you as the customer can then do the payment process. Once I see the payment has been paid, I ship it out to you and I pay the shipping. And I'm fair. I'm very fair with my prices, and it's worked well. And those are the orders I've gotten 5-star reviews. So I would love to do a custom order for you guys. So Think about that, because I do that, and I work on my jewelry once or twice a week. I'm at least out there working on my jewelry, if not more, depending on the time of year too. Not right now is a good time of year to work on jewelry because it's cool out there. I don't like it when it's hot out there, and then I have to run fans and getting to the end of my water here. Now, with that, I want to show you some of my jewelry. This would look beautiful on an omega neck piece, or it has the backing of a pin, so it can either be a pendant brooch or a pin. Look great on a poncho or a scarf, or, you know, to keep a large sweater. Look how pretty that is. I just love it. Yeah. That's one of a recent piece I've made. Some of it go. My backing thing here. That's jade. That's made from jadeite dishes. Isn't that lovely? Yeah. Yeah. Pretty, pretty. Okay. I tried, early on, I tried some of these. I gotta get back to making a few more of these. This is where you take the wire and you hammer it and then you solder. That's pretty all day long. That's really pretty. Yeah. Oh, a big tangled mess that I don't want. I'll work this, I guess. Yeah, see, you leave stuff. You wonder how it gets all tangled on you, but it does. Without even thinking about it, it does. See if I can open that. Wow. Well, anyway, I'll put that back. Here's another one of the jadeite. Here's a piece that's kind of boho hippie. I also am learning the letter punch jewelry, the letter punch. So pretty. Yeah, very different. And that would, these are all on Etsy. Yeah. Kind of about like that. Yeah. Very pretty. This should not be like that. It just amazes me. You do nothing and it sits out there. And yet it's all tangled up. I don't know. Hang it on the bling fairy later. This is pretty. This one, see if I can have this. I have this here. Yeah. It goes like this, because I try to, be in sync with my beads and stuff. Check out those pretty, pretty beads. They're beautiful. Just a lovely, and it's got a charm on it. Little bee charm. Just lovely. This is a lovely one. This sits a little bit, probably about here. Just lovely. These are all on Etsy. Bling Sky Mosaic. Here's a pretty one for Valentine. This I did fairly recently. Yeah. Yeah. God, some of these I noticed, I don't think this one's listed on there. I gotta get that on there. Yeah, see some of them expired. I don't remember seeing this on there. I gotta get this one on there. This is pretty. Yeah. Yeah. Nice jewelry. Quality made, artisan made, one of a kind. You won't find any others like that. These are not bad. I've got to get them off. Yeah. Heart shape. Really pretty. Nice little delicate chain. Yeah. pretty. Another one of those spiral kind of boho. I like these though. Yeah. I got a couple of those. Here's another one I did. This one's with a silver chain. This is pretty. This one I did fairly recently too. I love orange, peach, and purple like that. Beautiful. Lavender. Look at those pretty beads. Yeah. Really nice piece. This is pretty. They're all pretty. Yeah. Now this, oh, I see. Now this is a bracelet that goes with that other necklace that I held up over here. Now, I see a couple of pieces that I'm gonna get on. Sometimes I'll embellish with a little bit of pearls and beads and charms. Like that. Pretty enough. Different chain. You can change the chain up if you don't like the chains. Yeah. I don't know what that is. Oh. Yeah, see this? This went with something. I gotta figure that out now. Alright. Okay. What do we have here? This is pretty. Lovely. They are. They're lovely. I would buy one. Okay. This is not the best thing to be putting these in. Now here's another kind of boho steampunk with the lettering, and it says inspire. Inspire. I had earrings that went with that, but they sold. The earrings, they were pretty. Furnace. Now, I make several of these. I've sold a couple. These are lovely. Memory wire. And look at this one, folks. So pretty. So trendy. And I just love these bracelets. Yeah. make these. These are fun. I like making. I gotta make some more of it. They take a little time, but they're fun. Yeah. So that's why I'm always looking for beads too, and you know, things I can use and repurpose in my jewelry making too. Dishes. Yeah. But you know, it leads me to think that there's a couple of pieces here that I have not. They either expired or something. I gotta look into that. Yeah. So I'm glad I took a look-see at this. Alright, let's do that. Jade, I think I gotta clean it up though. These are pretty. Okay. So that's that, you know, and I just had fun. I had a lot of fun, and hoping to make more things, do up more things. We're going to have a nice display for our barn when we open up. It's called Sky's Red Barn Sales. And there is a Facebook page on my Facebook, Maureen Sky Facebook, and you'll see there. And we do it up nice every spring, and every weekend we open up our doors. And, you know, from like 9 in the morning till 3 or 4 in the afternoon, we're open. And we just, Eddie sits there next to the pellet stove and, you know, lets the people come on in, and, you know, a couple of chairs near the pellet stove where people can sit and chat with us if they want. And it's worked out nice. We've made good friends, met some of the nicest people. So, and I make a couple of dollars in the meantime too, and that's what we do. That's our little side gig, fun thing that we like to do. So anyway, I made a nice chowder tonight. Oh my goodness. And I made it with the video that I saw on YouTube, a new YouTuber, and he had made a chowder for his grandmother or his mother, and I gave it a whirl. Delicious. I am not kidding you. It is one of the best tasting chowders I've ever had. And I tried to follow pretty much what he did. And, you know, cream of potato soup, and you boil up your little small pieces of potato, and you take the water and you add to it with crab meat and cooked peeled shrimp and cooked Polish sausage, a kielbasa cut up. You add all that in there. I did add a can of canned milk and a little more water. Salt and pepper, a few red pepper flakes, a little onion powder, like salt and pepper, and then let that cook, you know. And then at the very end, I added a little container of heavy cream, whipping cream. Wow. Oh, and butter. I put 2/3 of a stick of butter in mine. Wow, delicious. I am not kidding. It's like going into a restaurant. A nice 5-star. It was good. The only thing is, I am a little lactose intolerant, and I don't know if they make lactose heavy cream, do they? But anyway, it's the heavy cream's bothering me a little bit, but that's my fault because I knew it. But it was worth it. It was delicious. Yeah. I'll be making that again. We got more. I'll be eating it probably the next few days. I'll suffer through it. So that was fun. So, I've talked with you about all my stuff I wanted to do. The winter sewing, my recent thrift haul, the jewelry that I make, and there is one more thing I should always, you know, while I'm on a video, I really should keep it going. Hold on. As you know, I'm a children's book author, and my most recent book, #Leaves Cordyville by Maureen Sky. That's me. 24 pages of text and a few beautiful illustrations that help tell the story. Hashtag is one of the keys of Cordyville. QWERTY being the keys from your typical keyboard, known as QWERTY, and along with his family and friends, which are other keys within that typical keyboard. And I took the keys and created characters to help tell this cute and fun and humorous and trendy story. I speak of Alexa. It's got a lot of the trending keys that we use a lot today, and it's just a story about how he, wants to fulfill his dream of becoming famous in Hollywood, get out of Cordyville, and how his family and friends help him to reach his dream. And it's fun. I've got a nice font to it on buttercream pages. It's priced right. It's only $9.99 on Amazon and through Rushmore Press, the company that helped me put the book together. You'll see it on quality sites such as Goodreads and Barnes & Noble and the Rushmore Press bookstore and SCBWI, the Society of Children's Book Writers and Authors. It's on their platform. So if you've got a kid who loves to read and they need something new, they're a little tired, they've read all the books that the library has to offer, and you're looking for something without breaking the bank, think about my book. And don't forget to go back and leave a review. And hopefully it's a positive one. I don't think you'll be disappointed. But reviews help us authors and booksellers too. Us authors, reviews are so important. So think about that as you're out shopping for books for your kids. Middle grade, a good reader, say ages 9, 10 to 13, 14, and maybe on up would enjoy this cute little story because it's fun and it's humorous. And it reads a little different in some areas where one might think, well, that's a little off, but just know it's intended to. I repeat a few of the lines where hashtag resides on line 4 of row whatever, and you'll see that, but just know that that was intended to read that way, to kind of keep with the humor of the story. So, there's that. So anyway, I'm gonna say good night. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for staying with me. Thank you for allowing me into your life, into your home. I hope that I've inspired you. I hope that you've had fun while you're stayed with me. I hope that you come back and think about joining me. Think about subscribing to my channel. This is my year, folks. I need those subscribers, and I can do it. But I can't do it alone. I need your help. So with you, come on in with me. You know, tonight I've got water, but I can make you some coffee or tea. Sit and join me while we talk about life's little challenges, our hopes, our dreams, our endeavors. We can talk about face cream. We can cook. We can craft. We can work with cement. We can plant seeds. We can sew. We can paint. Whatever you want. And whatever inspires me on that given day is what you're going to get. But we've had fun so far, haven't we? I have fun with my thrift hauls, and I look forward, I really do, I'm having fun. I look forward to coming at you in the next video. And until then, I hope the universe provides. I really do. Thank you now, and may God bless.